E38 now. It's hard to imagine I've been doing this for that long at this point. I mean, it's really only a month and a half almost overall, just a little bit more, just because I only go 4 days a week. So we're going to run out until the end of June, and then I'm going to take a little bit of time off to bring you season 2, where we're going to have a lot more fun and interesting things going on. That's the plan anyhow. So we are looking at getting to June 30th, which will be episode 41, which is pretty sweet because that actually also coincides with my my current age at this point as well. I am episode 41 years old, and we're going to take a small break from there just to realign and get some new ideas and freshen this up a little bit for you and work on getting something a little bit more fun, hopefully a little bit more interactive as well, and bring you a lot more fun and interesting things to fun and interesting things. So it's not just me blathering into the camera and the microphone. We are going to have a lot more fun, entertain you a lot better, and provide a higher level of value, and be able to bring you some interesting stuff that will help you in life. At least that's the plan. Maybe we'll bring some nice weather, some nice news things. We'll bring some tips and tricks, and we'll bring some what's the word I'm looking for? Some concepts and strategies as well that may help you out in life as well. We'll look for trying to see about getting some guest speakers on as well. I just got to figure out how to make it, because most of them are going to be very much remote from where I'm at. Just that way they don't have to travel or spend the night over at my place or anything, or me over at their place. Be able to bring some new faces on and talk to them as well. For the most part, it won't be too hard if they get vocal, because then they can just join in on the conversation as well. If they don't, then we look at trying to figure out a different way of using some other software as well to try and get them in, and so I can do a little bit of an interviewee thing with them. So we will see how that all plays out as well. I want to give a shout out to Marshall Harlow over on Twitch right now for following, and another shout out to FaZe Rich John over on Mixer, who has also started following as well. What's really too bad about Mixer is it's actually going away. So I can't remember exactly when it said it was supposed to be going away, but yeah, unfortunately, it's on its way out the door, which is really too bad, because I've been finding I actually kind of like the way it's set up. I like the way it looks. I like a lot of the community from there as well, and I really just find it to be a fun little community to talk with and hang out with, and I like the way it's all been set up and how things look over there. It's just kind of a cool idea. So I'm not too sure what the plan is from there. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, I know what their plan is. They plan on just closing it all down, but it'd be nice to see if they would at least try to do something more with it besides just shutting it all down. However, I'm pretty sure that's what their plan is just to shut it down, which is unfortunate. Like I said, I found that I find that the community there is really awesome, and that they are quite interactive, and they have a lot of good questions and things that do come up fairly frequently as well. And then we got another one. It's the same person, just over, looks like on Twitch as well. So, but yeah, it's too bad that they decided to pull the plug on Mixer. What's really weird though is they are taking it over to Facebook Gaming. I didn't even know Facebook actually had a gaming section, so I'm not sure how that is exactly all going to pan out. I'm not surprised that Facebook really has a gaming section. I just didn't know they had one. So it's something that's, I guess, pretty new and haven't really been pushed a whole lot. I don't know. Not really too big of a thing. I'm not a big video game streamer. I more do stuff like this. My oldest son's definitely more of a video game streamer than I am, or at least he's trying to be. So we're going to try doing more with that as well. We just got to remember to set it all up for him. He just randomly will start playing games. So it's a little more difficult to start setting up streams for him. Oh my goodness. So it's just, yeah, it's a little more difficult to just set something up for him randomly when he decides that all of a sudden he wants to just start playing video games in the middle of the day. and you're busy doing things and he's not sure exactly what to do to set it all up completely at this point. And it's it's not super simple to always get done up for him, because I have to unhook things and hook things back up for his specific needs to be able to stream. Not that it's a real big problem or anything. It's just he's randomly wanting to play games, and I'm not always available to help him out right at that very second. Although he does know how to set the stuff up here, so I just need to help him, show him how to connect the information for the streaming. And I think he would be a lot better with getting it all done once he gets a little bit more hands-on with it to figure it all out as well. He's a smart kid, so I'm pretty sure I can help him get it all figured out. And that'll probably be the plan for this weekend. I'm not sure what our weather is looking like. My weather app said it was supposed to be sunny with some clouds. I'm looking outside. I'm like, it looks like it's about down the friggin' pour down rain again. So I don't know where it was getting the idea that it was sunny out right at the moment for 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like, no, there's no sun. Matter of fact, when I woke up, I'm like, I could tell there was no sun because it wasn't that bright in my house. I've got a pretty big window here over to my right, so it's not showing me a lot in the way of sunlight. My window app here is definitely my weather app. My physical weather app is not showing me sunshine out the window. It's definitely showing me cloudy skies and the potential of rain. So it's not what the weather app on my phone was telling me, or my Alexa was telling me either. So it's definitely getting weather information wrong from the Weather Network. I do believe that's where they're getting it from now, or Yahoo Weather. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, weather prediction is always not an easy one. I have a friend who used to be a meteorologist who said, yeah, sometimes it's just she goes, as much as there is science behind it to get it right, sometimes things just come up and things just don't happen the way you think they're going to. Just goes, some other weather system comes along and kind of blows the other weather off direction, or they combine, or different things happen. And she goes, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you think it's going to. Kind of like life, right? You never know. Some things just don't work out the way you think it's going to work out. Nice thing is, though, if it is raining, it should pull all the pollen and all the dry grass and hay out of the air for me, so I should be able to not be quite nearly as stuffed up as I am right at this point. Yesterday, I was on a couple training calls, and if you've ever been with a company that has big conventions anywhere, or any kind of convention at all, and you end up usually a lot of the conventions for a lot of businesses are ones that we end up going through and learning from people who are further up in the company that are giving you training and mentorship in a big kind of group setting. At least all the conventions that I've really been a part of, except for ones where it's more of a trade show where they're looking at trying to sell your product to people who are coming in and looking to buy things. Although they are there for the education on your product as well, so you're sitting there and trying to train them in your booth. Convention that I'm talking to, I've been to a couple down in Las Vegas where it's you go and you kind of move from either room to room to room, or you sit in like one big giant auditorium and learn from a bunch of people that they just kind of bring it on stage and train and educate you on different aspects of concepts and strategies, businesses, business plans and ideas. And they go through and they do it that way, which is pretty sweet. And then yesterday we had I was on a call for an hour with a group with two guys that provide an ample amount of information every day, and it was always such good information. And I never try to miss their sessions 5 days a week just because they are so good. And we actually had another really good webinar from Mike Lipkin that was working with some of the leaders of the company that I have started back up with. and it was just mind blowing. 2.5 hours of webinar calls through Zoom, and it was almost like being at a convention. I have a few pages of notes just from 2.5 hours. I probably have about almost 5 pages of notes just from that, because there was just so much information that was provided and such good stuff that was given. And then later on in the day, there was also like another hour and an hour and a little bit training as well, and there was more notes. Like, it was like just one of those days where just like so much was kind of going on, where you're just getting so much good information, and there's so much training, and there was just so much happening, and it was just such a good day that to get that information brought in. And it's just like, holy moly, this is absolutely crazy. Like, I even messaged in the group chat saying, hey, this is very much like a convention. Like, I have so many notes, and there's so much good training, and there's so much energy and hype that it was super exciting. And I loved every minute of it. And I just thought it was so good. And I can't wait to have more training like that, because it is so good. I know normally they would go to Las Vegas for a convention, typically between now and mid-August. And with the pandemic right now and everything being locked down, I know Vegas is pretty much well opened back up. However, for us getting down from Canada down to the US, we just can't do it because the borders are closed. And it's technically really a non-essential travel. We're kind of going for business, but it's not real business. So they aren't having it this year. They're actually, from what I've understood, doing something a little more virtually, which will be pretty sweet as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they are rolling that idea out. We're supposed to be finding out at some point. I'm just not sure when. And we will look from there and see what they end up doing. And if it's something cool, which I'm pretty sure it will be, because it'll probably be something over webinar. We'll just have thousands of people on it, watching, cheering, having a good time, all from the comfort of their living rooms. And I think they'll do a really kick-ass job, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going on there and how they plan on doing it. It's going to be. We're coming into some really crazy times. We're already in some crazy times, and I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere at this point. And from what it sounds like, we're probably looking at some pretty crazy times just from this pandemic piece alone for the next year or two, or maybe 3, 4, or 5. It's really kind of hard to say as to how long this is going to take an effect for. Just with being locked down and having to social distance, from what I've understood from the news reports and from listening to different medical professionals, that's probably going to be on for at least another year, maybe a little bit more. And then just the effects from all this for economics, social abilities, and just for people in general. This is going to be a much longer outreach problem, whereas probably going to be lasting for who knows how long, really. I'm pretty sure that one will go for, I would predict maybe about 5 years, but I really don't know. I'm not the person to do any kind of prediction on that, so I really have no idea. But I really have that feeling that it will last a lot longer than what we really think it probably will. And we're all in this together, and there's definitely people out there looking to try and help others keep going and maintain cohesion and make sure they can keep supporting their families. So it's just a matter of us coming together and being kind to one another. So that's where I think I will probably end up leaving off, is be kind to one another. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow morning. I got to sign off. I've got some things to get done first thing this morning before I hop into some training calls at 8 and then 9. And then I think there's nothing going on until about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon for training. And I got things to get done and people to contact. And also I have a dog to go take for a walk as well later on. So I hope you all have a great day. I will talk to you all later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow morning. And then we'll be back on after that on Monday and then Tuesday, and then we'll take a small break as I revamp and figure out how to give you more. All right. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to talking to you later. Have a great one, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow morning. See ya.